Thank you for being a loyal member of this channel. My name is Vincent Omwansa. I am an information management specialist, and today I'm going to discuss on registry establishment. We will deal with two types of registries. One, centralized registry, and two, decentralized registry. Welcome to this edition, and make sure you understand every bit of it. Now, before we embark on the major steps of establishing a registry, let us have a quick look of the following terms. We are going to give a definition of each because these are the terms that are mostly used in registry management, and also we are going to use them when we are going to actually come up with the steps of establishing a registry. So make sure you understand them better for so that you can understand the procedures of establishing a registry. So one, we will look at a registry, and we'll define a registry as a central nervous system of any given organization that keeps record of all company transactions and also control the flow of information in and out of the company. This also includes both paper and electronic formats. So we look at a centralized registry and a decentralized registry, and I'm going to give an example that is going to help you understand these two terms better. Now let us look at a university that has got different faculties, and also we look at a company whereby all the operations of that company are under one building. So starting with the centralized registry, we look at the company whereby the operations are under one building. So in a centralized registry, a company has got only one record storage office, that is a registry, where information management or record management is controlled from. You will realize that a company that has got all the operations under one building, you will realize that mostly all departments are under the same building. So it is easy to control the flow of information within the same building from all departments. You have understood that one. So we look at a decentralized registry, and we look at an example of a university that has got different faculties. And in these faculties, they have their own information that they manage. And you realize that this faculty, mostly in the university, they are located a bit far from each other. So it is good that each faculty has its own registry to manage their records. Okay, so in such a scenario, we term that one as a centralized registry, because every faculty has got its own registry. But mostly universities have two, whereby you get that there is a decentralized registry that manages all registries in various faculties. The next term we are going to look at is a file index, and we'll just simply say that a file index is a pointer to the location of an information source. In this case, a record or a file. Yeah, and we look at a file. A file will define a file as records that has been arranged in a certain predetermined order inside a folder or within a folder. We look at a record, and we'll define a record as any document that has got information which can be used as an evidence. Okay, and a document, last term we are going to define, we'll define it as any material and writing material, for example paper, that has got information. So quickly we'll go down to actually now come up with the main steps of establishing a registry, which will now form the basis of this presentation. At this stage, you are required to be very keen, because this is the point where I'm going to explain how you will come up with a fully established and operating registry. So the first stage we are going to look at is a records survey, and specifically record survey is going to help you locate and identify the records held by an organization. Actually, this stage is very important because it is going to give you an image of what you're supposed to do. It's going to help you to understand better the type of a registry that you are going to establish. Remember, we defined various types of registry up there, and I know by now you understand when I'm talking about types of registries. Now, once you have understood the types of records held by an organization, you have decided on the type of a registry you are going to establish, you will be required to write a proposal to the top management so that that proposal can be considered and approved, right? So once your proposal has been approved, you will now prepare what we call a records retention and disposal schedule, because you realize that once you have understood all the stages of establishing a registry, you have understood the type of records that an organization has, you will realize that most of the institutions might be keeping records that are not necessary. So once you come up with a record retention and disposal schedule, it is going to help you now to narrow down the specific records that you are supposed to do what you are supposed to store or to keep for the future reference. Okay, after you have prepared the retention and disposal schedules as per the policies of the organization or the existing laws, you will now formulate what we call a file classification scheme and file indexes. Now, the file classification scheme is now going to help you mainly to classify the records in a manner that is going to help you to retrieve the required records with so much ease. Okay. Now, after you have formulated, after you have designed your classification scheme, you will now start sorting your records. You will sort your records and organize them according to the already designed file classification scheme. After you have sorted, you have organized the files, now you will do what we call shelf labeling and shelving of files. Then you will start by labeling the files according to the classification scheme that you have designed, and then once you complete that one, you will go now to the next step of shelving now the files and putting them on the shelves. Right now, once you have filed them, once you have shelved them, now the only thing that is remaining is now to manage that registry, and you keep it manned through creation and formulation of proper records management policies, so that the information that in the registry can be well stored, can be well secured and controlled for the better performance. In conclusion, I would like to say that it is good to follow the steps provided above. But you, as a person involved in establishing a registry, you need to fully understand what each stage is. Like in record survey, uh, it may look simple, but record survey will take you some time because you have to locate all the files, and then you have to identify what these records contains, so that when you will be now designing the classification scheme, or when you will be coming up with the policy on information management, you will know specifically what you are dealing with. Okay, so it is good that you, as a person, you take an initiative to understand each step, or you can also contact me at the email that I have provided at the end of this presentation, so that when you have a practical project on registry establishment, I'll guide you through, and I'll help you to come out of that situation, and I will help you to be successful in your registry establishment. Thank you for watching and following this presentation. I am sure the presentation has been very informative and educative, and it's going to help you when you are going to be involved in records management and also establishing a registry. If you have a question, don't hesitate to ask via the comment. And also, if you have a project that involves establishing a registry or management of the registry or also automation of the registry, don't hesitate to contact Vincent Information Management Consultants via the email provided so that we can help each other. Kindly share and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.